So I am making some meatloaf, and I'm going to show you, use this one, how I make my meatloaf. I'm going to cut these out real quick. You can either set them aside and eat them, or you can chop them up with your other veggies. And the way I cut I'll put this down a little bit more. The way I cut my bell pepper is flatten it out like this. And I always cut from the inside and not the outside because it's a little harder to get the knives to go. Unless you got like a crazy sharp knife. But this is so much easier just slicing this way from the inside. So I'm just going to start slicing. And you do want to make sure that they're about the same width, same size, because you want them all to cook evenly. So just do the best you can to get them to about the same size. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. So here. And I don't know if you know, but usually when you cook, like onions and peppers, the onions always cook quicker than the peppers do. So if you have a problem with that, then just throw the peppers in first and then the onions, and just saute the peppers for a little while, for a couple minutes before you throw in the onions. And here we go. Easy, easy, easy. I'm dedicated my life to working to change the systems, and I don't have all the answers, but I'm on a journey of trying to figure it out and trying to have an impact during the little bit of time that I have here on this planet. Those conversations that me and Justin just had is like what's needed. But I want more than that. I love the veggies in my meatloaf. Anyways, I'm gonna go blow my nose and stop looking stupid. So yeah, bye. Be good, bro. Like so. I'll eat that. I love red peppers. So bomb. So bomb. And I no longer make big meatloafs. I make mini meatloafs. And everybody loves it. And they stay fresher that way. And you don't have to pick them up. Just turn the plate around. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. I'm watching the last season of The Real World that they did not show on MTV. I guess they cast it on Facebook television or whatever that stuff is called. Whatever it is. Facebook Watch. Okay. There's our bell peppers. This one did not cut. Why are you giving me a hard time, homie? What's wrong with you? Okay. And I have some onion left over from the other night when I made subs. I made us some subs. Look, I already got it sliced and everything. What? It's sliced and ready to go. Yeah. Now with this, look, you gonna give me a hard time? Is that what you're trying to do? See how it's already, like cut in half? Good. And we can just do this to chop it. Perfect little squares. My nails are in the way. So if you have a hard time, just remember, if you cut your onion and then make slices like down just cut the onion, make your rings, right? and then cut those in half, and then just go start from the edge, and then boom, you got perfectly cut or chopped onions. If that makes sense to y'all. It should. I think it does, but we'll see. I don't know. I think that's enough onion. I do like a lot of onion, but I don't really feel like slicing up more onion. Go ahead and just put this. And I saute my veggies. So I'll be back. Okay, so everything is chopped just the way I like it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, put it into my pan, just like that. You don't need a lot. Turn it on, and you cook your veggies the way you want them cooked. Start getting real. I'm just gonna throw this in here. I'm gonna go ahead and cook them together, all of it, because I don't really mind. I like a little searing on my onions. It gives good flavor to the meatloaf. Now, you don't have to cook your veggies before you put it in your meatloaf. You don't have to do that. Whoop. Butterfingers. So I'm just going to mix these up. And they're going to have so much flavor. So yeah, when my mom used to make meatloaf, she didn't saute the meatloaf. I just one day was like, you know what? Let me saute my veggies and see how that turns out. And that's the end of the story. Alright, so I'm going to use a little bit of garlic, salt, right there. Just a little bit. About to throw all this goodness up in a bowl with your meat. Now, you need to wait for your, if you cook them before you make your meatloaf. Sorry, I just got a brain funk. So if you cook your veggies before you get ready to mix your meatloaf, you've got to make sure that your veggies cool down a little bit. Okay, so I don't know, you can just like set them aside unless you're in a hurry. You know, just throw them in there when they're like a little bit warm. But I don't know, you can throw them in the fridge. I don't know. Whatever you're comfortable with. So yeah, you got to make sure that the veggies are cool before you add them into your cold meat. You can also set the meat out and get it less cold, you know what I'm saying? So that it's more like room temperature. It'll also cook a lot quicker. So yeah. Let me know what you do to yours. I know I asked before, but let me know what you do to your meatloaf. Because I feel like a lot of people make it different. I mean, I'm probably already doing something that you don't do. You know what I'm saying? Like I went to dinner, you know, oh my gosh, a long time ago, but I will never forget this meatloaf. But I don't know, you know, maybe if it's made differently the way she made it, I might like it. I don't know, but she had meatloaf in it, and no, meatloaf. She had oatmeal in it, in her meatloaf, and then she put ketchup in it, in the meat, and then she put ketchup on it after it was done. I didn't like it. I did not like it. So let me know. I mean, maybe it was just hers. You know, maybe I would like it if somebody else made it. I don't know. I'm not the type of person to be like, I don't like that. Especially if everybody cooks differently, you know. Yeah, so let me know in the comments. So, I've been sitting here and this was not recording the whole time. Son of a farce. So I don't know what you missed. But anyways, I'm breaking this bread apart because I like to put bread in my meatloaf. I showed the vegetables, how I grilled them nice and neat. Not grilled, but I sauteed them lovely-ish. And then I put 2 eggs. I whipped them up first in a bowl to make sure that they were evenly mixed around. And we did our Italian breadcrumbs. And I'm going to put cheese in a couple of these mini meatloafs. Damn, I thought it was recording this whole time and it wasn't. How did that happen? And then I put some garlic salt and some cracked pepper. I love cracked pepper. And of course I wear gloves because I got nails and I don't like to get this shit in my nails. It's really nasty. Ooh, they fighting. You know how men are. I'm tougher than you. You're a bitch. No, you're a bitch. Don't call me a bitch. Your mom's a bitch. Ooh. Somebody's jealous.
Andre is really just hyping this whole thing up, enticing the clip to hit on that cutter bag, avoiding. Once you prove your point, then leave it alone. You don't have to go start something that's unnecessary. Stupid ass.
Got all that goodness from the sauteed veggies. Wow, that really makes me so upset that my shit was not recording this whole damn time. And I showed y'all some good shit. Damn. That's some bullshit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop real quick to change my gloves because these are obviously, I'm not going to be able to make my meatloafs with these because they're too sticky from all the fat that's in this meat. Ew. Okay. Okay, I'm back. I'm also cooking a pizza for my little guy in the oven. If you haven't tried the new DiGiorno with the croissant crust, it's really, really good. It makes a big difference in, you know, home-baked frozen pizzas. Huge difference. Yeah, go ahead. I have no battery. I gotta charge my shish. Okay, so I'm gonna do the cheese ones first. So I'm just gonna grab. My glove is slipping. I'm gonna grab some of the meat. Just cup it. Make like a little dent inside. Stick the cheese in there. Make sure you can see me. Okay, stick the cheese in there, just like that. And then start to like make it a little home for the meatloaf. And again, you want to make sure everything is the same size so that these all cook the same You know, you don't want to take it out and have like 2 of them cooked and the other 3 are still raw. You want them all to cook at the same time. So they all need to be, you know, as close in size together as possible. So there's one. That's a meatloaf. That's actually a pretty big one. If you want, you can flatten them out just a little bit so that they cook a little bit quicker. And it's just me and my son here, my oldest, and my little guy will not eat meatloaf or any other food, which is so freaking annoying because he misses out on, you know, like kids like mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese. When he was little, he used to eat it all. Man, he used to eat, like, he would eat a tomato like it was an apple. But now, kid wants bacon, freaking sausage, pork chops, whatever. There's another one. Okay, and again, if it's too round for you, just flatten it out a little bit and it'll cook quicker, okay? And I will cook these on about 350 for about, I don't know, 45 minutes or until they're done. You usually know when your meat is done. And if you have any that happen to be a little bit bigger than the others, you can always put the big ones on the outside and the little ones on the inside, because the things cook on the outside quicker than the inside, if that makes sense to you. And then here's our third one. So I guess we're just doing like 4 big meatloaves. Me, I can't eat one of these. It's too big, but I can make little ones. Thing is, it takes a long time. Plus, it's just me and my son. So if I make them big like this, maybe he'll just eat them and it looks like less. You know what I'm saying? All right, and then there's another one. He's a big boy. He's a big boy. So we're going to sneak him in over here on the outside. Okay. I'm going to flatten him out just a little bit too, because he's a big boy. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's a big boy. Yes, he is. All right. And then here's the last one. This is going to be mine. The other 3, my son will probably eat in the next couple days from tonight. So he'll have something to eat Thursday and Friday. See, and I'll probably eat like half of this with rice. But I think I'm going to go ahead and make some potatoes, because I think my son went in on that rice. There's not as much left as I thought there was. All right, and so here's the other one. This is the smallest one. I'm not too worried about it being, you know, overcooked, because I kind of like my meat, my hamburger meat well done. I don't do the rare on hamburger meat. Not even medium well. Maybe on steak, but not my hamburger meat. For some reason, it kind of skeeves me out. Gives me the heebie-jeebs. The heebie-jeebies. So I'm going to stick this, actually stick the big boy over there and then stick this little guy in the middle. And before I put them in the oven, I'm going to do some garlic salt. Right on top. Just a little, just sprinkle. And then when I'm just going to put these in the oven, and I will come back and let you know how they, as they're cooking, I'll pop on, because I like to put the tomato sauce on it maybe at like mid done, to where it's like halfway done, because I like see the edges. I like it to like blacken up, because it brings on so much flavor for the tomato sauce, and then it seeps into the meat, and it's really good. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so the vegetables have cooled down. I'm gonna make a I don't know, either 2 or 3. I'm gonna put cheese in them. And I do bread, and I do Italian breadcrumbs. It doesn't have to be like the name brand or anything. This is just from Price Chopper at the store that I live. And it's the Italian breadcrumbs. Sorry I'm putting it so close, but I don't have much room here. Alright, so Italian flavored breadcrumbs. And I break up the bread and put it in there. It's, trust me, it's good. Okay? It's used to like hold everything together along with the breadcrumbs, but it's, I don't know, it makes it good, better, I don't know. You can do with or without, and it's just like tiny pieces of bread, so. Alright, got my meat going on over here. Let me move the camera up a little bit so you guys can see better. Alright, I think that's good. Okay, so I got about a pound, maybe a pound and a half. What I'm gonna do is, before I get my hands too icky, I'm gonna throw some pepper, some ground pepper.
So I've just had to be like super clever in the way that I chose to put videos in those forms. I think it's really catching up to me.
Be happy you ain't got no kids, girl. If you're crying that you can't pay your rent, honey. Honey child, be thankful you ain't got no kids. That's all I got to say. All right. So now I'm gonna put some garlic salt. A little bit of garlic salt up in there. We need some flavor in our lives, y'all. We don't eat bland shit up in this house, okay? All right, so now I'm going to do an egg. I like to whip the egg up before I put it into the meatloaf to make sure it distributes evenly, and I don't just have like one corner, you know, with the yellow part of the egg, and then another corner with just the white. Well, you know what I'm saying, right? So let's just beat this egg up real quick. I might, you know what? I'm gonna do another egg. Hold on. I'm gonna do 2 eggs. We need to do 2 eggs up in here, y'all. Okay? We don't like no dry ass meatloaf. We like our meatloaf nice and moist. A lot of people don't like that word. Moist. What's the problem? Moist is moist. I think, I don't know, wet and moist are about close to the same, right? I don't know. Anyways, I like my cake and my cornbread moist. How do you like your cornbread? Do you like it like crumbly, or do you like it soft and sweet? I like mine soft and sweet. You can add like a half a can or a can to the Jiffy cornbread mix. A half a can or a full can of the cream corn, and then about maybe a 1/4 of a cup, depending on how sweet you want it, sugar. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my veggies. Our veggies we have it here. See how they came out? Yum-alicious. Yum-o-licio. Delicio. Telling you, this is the flavor. And this is why I like to saute or cook them, kind of almost like grilled veggies. I like to cook them before I put them in the meatloaf. All right, so now I'm gonna take my breadcrumbs. We're gonna sprinkle some breadcrumbs up in here. If I can get it open. Oh, I'm going to take this bread, and I'm just going to start like breaking little pieces off. Crumple, 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 crumple.
I'm chilling, laughing, just like enjoying the entertainment because it's like, why do they keep arguing? That's so funny. You fake bitch. You are fake. How am I fake ass?
Oh, jeez.
I don't know why, but Dondre is my hand. Dondre doesn't think about his actions.
I didn't see that.
And he doesn't see when he's wrong.
At least you got a man that's taking up for you, girl. A lot of these men these days, psh. Wussies. Can you say wussy, wussy, wussy? Wussy with a P. Ow.
We're not fighting right now, please.
Oh boy. Testosterone. I could beat your ass. No, I could beat your ass. No, I could beat yours. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares. Okay, so here's what they look like. You see all that icky stuff right there? You see that? That's cooked blood. So what I do, because I can't stand it, it's disgusting. So what I do is I take a spoon, I go around each one, and I throw that nasty shit out. And then I put the tomato sauce on with a little bit of garlic salt, sometimes not, depending on how much I put on the top before I put it in the oven. So right now I'm about to get rid of that nasty ass cooked blood, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I just wanted to show you. You see, look at all this. I cleaned it all up. I'm going to drain the grease and all this nasty, disgusting blood and fat. If you've made a meatloaf or whatever, you know what I'm talking about. It happens and it's gross. That's one thing I can't stand about hamburger meat. I don't know. Pork chops do it to me sometimes too, but bleh, I can't deal. Don't eat cooked blood. It's disgusting. Okay. Okay, so I got the tomato sauce on. Now I'm just going to add some parsley flakes. You know, to fancy it up a little bit. I skipped the garlic salt just because I did put some on before I put it in the oven. So, you know, it'll be good. So I'm going to pop it back in. Next time you see it, it's going to have a bunch of roastiness all around it. Darkened, you know, it's going to be just delicious. See you soon, baby. Okay, so I just took some of the rice that I made last night. See how good this rice is? Like, it's dead ass, like bomb. Again, that's just jasmine rice with a pouch of the Goya chicken bouillon or seasoning packet. So here is this rice, right? I'm going to bring it over here to the meatloaf. And let me go ahead and just use this. Alright, so I forgot which one is mine. It does have the cheese in it. I don't want a whole one. Okay, so this one's mine. I'm just gonna, I like to lay it on the bed of rice. Like that. And you see all this yummy goodness right here, this dark stuff? I want to scoop. Sorry, it's hard with holding the phone. You want to try to scoop up some of that yummy goodness. And then put it over here. And if I don't save some of this extra tomato sauce for my son, he's going to have a shit fit. So I want to open up one of these and show it to you with the cheese. Ooh, yeah. And then there's the gooey cheese on the inside. For those that like the cheese, so I just cut that for you. And my son will be like, what happened? Why is this cut? Don't worry about it. Just eat your food. Okay. So that's that. And it's just bomb. And of course I got to put extra salt on my rice. Salt and pepper. And then I just kind of cut it up. Y'all, this is hard to do with one hand. Let me just tell you that. Okay? So you cut it up. So you can get a bite of the rice. What's really good is when you make some sweet corn with lots and lots and lots of butter. I'm a Southern girl and I cook soulfully, so to speak. So yeah, I'm gonna take a bite. We're gonna try this now. The sautéed vegetables make a world of difference. This is comfort food from the soul. Your soul, Gigi, to your house. God bless everyone. Toodles.